Hello, I'm Jonathan from the Camswim Company and welcome to this week's aerobic training.
I'm sure that the water won't mind if we rest here for the night and leave before sunrise.
This week we are focusing on stroke length. So there are essentially two ways to get faster in swimming. One is to up your stroke rate, and last week we were focusing on exploring a better understanding of our stroke rate. So the natural progression from that is this week we're going to look at extending or making the most of the length of our stroke. So predominantly it will be freestyle this week, and as always we will start off with the developing group. So dry land warm up, make sure you're stretched off and you're ready to go before you jump in the water. And then when you jump in, we're going to do 150 of easy freestyle and then 100 of easy choice stroke. If you can only swim freestyle, then do another 100 of freestyle, but I would encourage you all to learn to swim other strokes. It's just very good for your overall health, fitness, and improves your swimming quite a bit. We're then going to move into our drills for this week. So I'm going to start off with 50 catch up, 50 fingertip drag, 50 616, and then 100 of our scull, short dog, long dog, full swim progression. So catch up is one stroke, and you don't take the next stroke until your hand catches up, and then you take the next stroke, you catch up, you take the next stroke, you catch up. It's fairly self-explanatory. Fingertip drag is during the recovery part of your stroke. You drag your fingertips along the surface of the water. 616, you are taking 6 kicks. It's a kicking drill. You go out on your side, you angle your body at 45 degrees, you take 6 kicks, take one stroke, swap over to the other side, 6 kicks, 45 degrees, one stroke, swap over, and you move down the pool, swapping over every 6 kicks. And then the sculling dog full swim progression is demonstrated here, and that's where we work on our feel for the water, work on the catch, then work on the full stroke, and then without recovery over the water, and then full recovery. So that's 250 of those drills. We'll then move on to the second drill progression for this week, starting off with 636, which is very similar to 616, but it's 6 kicks, 3 strokes, then 6 kicks, making sure 45 degrees, every time you're rotating. Then some fingertip drag again, 616 again, and then some freestyle. So we're focusing on just reinforcing the things we've done in previous weeks there. And then in the main aerobic block, we're going to focus on our stroke length. So throughout all of this block of swimming, and it's quite a kind of up and down pyramid style swim, we are going to focus on really reaching forward as far as we can. So to make sure you're doing that, the sensations you're looking for, as you're rotating your body, you're really reaching forward and you're tucking your ear in because you're pushing forward so far, and then you take your stroke and you're pulling all the way back, and then as you rotate, the other arm goes forward and your head's getting tucked in, making sure your head's still looking down at the bottom of the pool. So unless you're breathing, your head should be looking down at the bottom of the pool, which makes sure your body's flat, make sure your legs don't sink, and you'll swim more. And then by rotating your body, you'll find it much easier to stretch as far forward as you can and really tuck that ear in, take the next stroke, and then as far forward as you can. Okay, so for this block, we're starting off with, so it's varying, we go by the sheet, so download the sheet and go by that. So it's between 80 and 70% effort for this. And we're going to go, so it's 50, 100, 200, 300, then 200, 150. And you're going to go 80% to start with, then a 70%, then the 200, the two 200s and the 300 are at 80%. So this is where you're really kind of pushing your effort and your distancing, really training that aerobic ability. Then 100 at 70%, and 50 at 80% just to finish off. Then 100 easy choice just to really flush out the system, shake out the muscles, get everything ready, and then a cool down choice that you normally do. It's really important to do that cool down at the end to make sure you're ready to swim again in the technique and the speed sessions that are coming in later in the week. Total of 1,800, so slightly more than we've done in previous weeks. Just to give you a bit of a challenge this week, really. Do encourage everyone who does these sessions to at least check out our free trial for the technique and speed sessions that we've got. It's the most efficient way for you to improve over time is by training your aerobic ability swimming, by improving your technique, really focusing on that. That's why we have a dedicated session for that every week. And then having one session where you really swim fast. So you lower the distance down, but you really up the intensity and swim as fast as you can, and you'll find that your overall pace of swimming improves as you train that top end speed. So you're not training to race and not training to go down your local masters meet unless you want to race, but it will improve your swimming. And then if you're just doing kind of lazy adventure river swimming, you'll find you just travel further without putting much effort in. So it really does help. If you want to get involved in our technical and speed sessions, they'll be coming up later in the week on our Patreon channel, which is patreon.com/Camswim Club. I would love to see you all there. The experience group for aerobic, as always, dry land warm up. Make sure your shoulders, your muscles, your joints, everything, your whole body is stretched, ready to go, ready to get in the pool. Then jump in, 150 easy choice and 150 of easy freestyle. This is just to get your body ready, really warm your muscles up before we get into our reinforcement drills. And we're going to start those off with 50 catch up, 50 fingertip drag, 50 616, and then our old faithful scull, short dog, long dog, full swim progression that we do. So catch up, one hand goes out, next hand catches up, and you take a swim, stroke, stroke. That's catch up, making sure you're not crossing over. So you want your hands in line with your shoulders, really, to not add extra drag as you're going. It's very tempting when you're doing catch up to try and catch the other hand and cross over. You just want them in line with each other. You don't want them to actually touch. Fingertip drag is fingertips during the recovery along the top of the water. And 616 is you swim on your side, 45-degree angle. You take 6 kicks, and you take 1 stroke to swap over, and then you 6 kicks on that side and 1 stroke to swap over. That's right. And then the sculling dog full swim progression is demonstrated here, and that's where we work on our feel for the water, work on the catch, then work on the full stroke, and then without recovery over the water, and then full recovery. So that's that first block. Second block is a bit more kicking in this one. So we're doing 636, 50, fingertip drag, 616, and then the full 100 of full freestyle, just to kind of reinforce everything together and make sure you're fully connected. Then we're going to go into our full aerobic block. And for this, I really want you to focus on really lengthening your stroke. So as you're reaching forward, stretch out as far as you can, rotating your body, head looking down at the bottom of the pool, ears touching your shoulder. Then you take that stroke, and as you rotate, you do the same on the other side, really stretching forward, making the most of every centimetre or inch that you can. And for the actual session itself, it's all freestyle, and it's varying between 80 and 70%. So download the sheet and go by that sheet, but it's basically a pyramid. So 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, and then back down the other side of that pyramid. So 300, 200, 150. After you finish that block, you'll be fairly tired. You've done quite a bit of swimming. Do 100, very easy, your choice of stroke. I'd like that to not be freestyle. You've done quite a lot of freestyle in here. So mix it up, doesn't really matter what it is. And then your cool down choice that you normally do in the pool. That's very important that we do that to make sure we're ready for the technical and specifically speed sessions that's coming. 2,600 this week in total. Do let us know how you're getting on with these distances. Give us some feedback on whether you feel like you're in the right group, you need to move up, move down, we need to adjust the levels, just basically how you're finding the sessions. Really encourage you to get involved with other sessions. The technique and speed sessions really do improve your swimming quite a lot. So I hope to see you all there, and happy swimming. If you want to get involved in our technical and speed sessions, they'll be coming up later in the week on our Patreon channel, which is patreon.com/Camswim Club. I would love to see you all there. So the advanced aerobic group, we're starting off with our dry land warm-up. This group, we know we have our own very experienced warm-ups because we'll have our own injuries. You know where they are. Make sure everything is stretched, prepped, warmed up, ready to go before you jump in the pool. And then we're going to start off with an easy choice 200 and an easy freestyle 200, just to get the blood pumping and get those muscles firing, ready to go. And we're going to go into some reinforcement drills. Catch up. So catch up is one hand goes out, And you just wait until you catch up, making sure we're avoiding the crossover in this. We really want to not add any extra drag that we want to. This is just to work on the full length of that stroke. Then some fingertip drag. Everyone knows what fingertip drag is, very self-explanatory, but the recovery, you drag your fingertips across the water, some 6-1-6, that's 6 kicks, 1 stroke, 6 kicks. And when you're swimming on your side, it's a 45-degree angle. So you don't need to go completely on your side. 45 degrees to 45 degrees, 45 degrees to 45 degrees. Then the scull, short dog, long dog, full swim progression 100 that we've done quite a lot now. And for those of you who haven't done these sessions, there's the demonstration of those drills. A bit of a break, then we're going to go into, it's a bit of a kick heavy one, this one. So it's 100 of 6-3-6, 100 of fingertip drag, 100 of 6-1-6, and then 100 of full freestyle. I want you to do that all 70% but continuously, so go straight into them. So it's 200 of freestyle at the end, so that's a 500 block there of either kick drills or full swimming. So it really works on your endurance there. And then take a break. Obviously, you've just done all that swimming, getting ready for this pyramid. So we're going to take breaks in between each of these sections of the pyramid, and we're going from 80% to 70% and up and down, up and down. So download the sheet and go by the sheet, but essentially it's 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, and then back down the other side of that pyramid. And like I said, varying 70, 80, 70, 80, 70, 80, just to challenge the body, and just so we don't get settled into one pace. It's a bit more of training benefit when you're varying things, and it makes you think a bit more, makes it slightly more interesting, and gives you a better understanding of what you can do with the different paces as you're swimming. And then break of that after that, obviously, then 100 easy choice. Make sure it's not freestyle, so something else other than freestyle. And then your choice of cool down at the end. It's a total of 3,100 for this week, and that's some really good swimming. Do encourage everyone who does these sessions to at least check out our free trial for the technique and speed sessions that we've got, because your real improvements come from doing at least 3 sessions a week if you can fit them in. Everyone's got busy schedules, but if you can fit them in, and doing the aerobic technique and speed really provides benefit in the long term. So I look forward to seeing as many of you there as we can, and well done for this session. Happy swimming. If you want to get involved in our technical and speed sessions, they'll be coming up later in the week on our Patreon channel, which is patreon.com/Camswim Club. I would love to see you all there.
I'm sure that the water won't mind if we rest here for the night and leave before sunrise.